So about me, I have one son. He's precious. He's out in the car if you want to go take a peek. He's sweet. He's kind. He loves to make people laugh like I do. But, well, don't tell him, but he's useless. Completely useless. I've heard he'll grow out of it. He's 20. They say, oh, that's a phase. We've given him a nickname. Don't tell him, but we call him Bare Minimum. BM for short. We just got a whole failure to launch thing going on. Not launching the house. I can't even get him to launch the sofa. His two biggest achievements are keeping his heart beating and his cell phone activated. People ask me, is he inspirational like you? I'm like, oh yeah, he inspires us to lower our expectations. I'm trying to teach him some life skills because apparently adulting did not come with his software upgrade. I said, we're going to start with cooking. I said, son, you can make a pizza, frozen pizza. How hard could that be? On the second attempt, because he didn't turn on the oven the first time, second attempt, he cooks an entire pizza with the plastic still on it. I know, right? Our house smelled like melted Barbie dolls for weeks. He blamed the instructions. He said, Mama didn't tell me to take the plastic off. I said, son, the ceiling fan instructions didn't tell you to stick your finger through it either, and here we are. I'm trying to teach him to do laundry. He needs to know how to do laundry. First lesson I said, separate the clothes. Darks, lights, delicates. How hard could that be? He looked at me like I was speaking ancient Egyptian. He said, why? He said, aren't they all going to get wet? I walked out of there as he was throwing a Tide Pod in there like it was contagious. I come back 45 minutes later, all his socks are pink. My new sweater's the size of a sandwich bag. He sees me coming, so he's laying it on thick about how hard the work he's been doing is, leaning into that washing machine, pulling out the clothes, like he's at a job site digging ditches or something. He pulls out my bra. Not just any bra, the heavy-duty one. Commercial grade, steel girded, satin trimmed double harness that could double as a soup tureen at the church potluck. He freaks out, holds it up like he's in Band of Brothers and he's holding a grenade. I said, son, grow up. It's my brassiere. I mean, that's life. I said, you didn't complain about this when I was nursing you. Got all freaked out. I said, don't diss the dairy farm that kept you alive. I said, and I couldn't resist, you and your daddy used to fight over these like the last plate of bacon at the Shoney's. Just wait till you get to my underwear. I was growing up in school. He was in my class. His family was real poor. He didn't have all the right kind of clothes. He struggled. Didn't say much. And when he did, nobody really paid him any attention. You'd hear him say things like, I'm not cut out for that. I always mess things up. I'm not that kind of smart. Folks didn't expect much of him. And after a while, neither did he. And finally, he just stopped trying. Stopped applying himself, stopped hoping, really. It's like he shrank down to the size of the story that had been given to him. Wearing it like a hand-me-down, faded old shirt that no longer fit, but it feels so familiar, you just keep wearing it. Because that's the thing. What you call yourself matters. And eventually you start answering to whatever name you're giving yourself. But that wasn't his story forever, because somebody came along. It was just a neighbor hired him to mow the grass, and he saw something different in that boy. And he spoke a new name over him. Told him he had value. Told him he was smart in ways hadn't been measured yet. And little by little, that young man started to believe him. And he started showing up different. Started speaking up. Started walking taller, like he had a reason to be here. Now, he owns his own landscaping business. He's a youth pastor. He mentors kids. Loves the ones that were just like him. Because he's always reminding us it's never too late to change your story. Because what you call yourself is who you become. So choose wisely. Speak kindly. And if nobody's ever given you a better name, maybe today is the day you speak a new name over yourself. It's never too late. Which makes me think, maybe I need to go home and speak a new name over bare minimum. I'm just saying.
Kelly.
Yeah, what do you think about Kelly just now?
So I go to a lot of conferences, and I just told her I'm like masterful. I laugh so hard. I look forward to hearing her talk again. I laughed, I cried. She had me laughing so hard. Perfect. Oh my God. So entertaining. Great message embedded in that laughter. So, wow.
I'll take it. Anything else to say? How would you describe her as a psycher?
Relatable. She knows her craft and her art. She takes what she's got and she makes fun of it. She laughs at it. But every time she does it, she comes back with a learning lesson. And I think that's where the great ones do. And not that I'm the judge and jury, but I look so forward to hearing Kelly again. I'm going to make my point to hear her speak again.
Yeah. Well, what do you think about Kelly? What do you think about
We loved it. So funny. So funny.
Yeah?
Heartwarming. We'll be thinking about it on the ride home.
What was funny about her? Was she just funny or was there more to it?
It was impactful. Yes. Storytelling. It was wonderful. Thank you. It was the BM. Yes. I know, right?